was that dope that I couldn't resist. 50 and cream, I'm reading the sofa. That's too much, never seen the chauffeur. Remember, I'm 2D's flat. No need to worry about and that. My whole food's mountain.
Let's go, y'all. Okay, let's do this. How do I share my screen? I'm recording. Let's go. Yellow, 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 yellow. Okay. So, hello, my beautiful loves, and welcome to Become the Star of Your Own Movie, Make Your Dream Happen in one step from where you are, no matter how far it may seem. So today in this short little workshop, I'm going to be talking about how thoughts create your life, how to start where you are, make your dream happen, no matter how far away you may seem or how impossible it may feel, and how to be the star of your own life. And I say your own movie because I'm going to talk today a lot about the mind and how we project our thoughts and our feelings into the world, and that just becomes our movie, and how we can actually just be the star of our life. So I'm so conscious of time. And I created this workshop with the intention to just inspire, help you remember that possibility that you already know already. But I am so conscious of time, and I only want to give value in this workshop. I've been studying the mind for such a long time, and I've actually used myself as an experiment for the past 5 years. And my intention is to just enlighten you with a new way to think. And I believe this is my purpose. One of my life purposes is to share things. Everyone shares their information, but I feel so called to share this information for anybody who needs to hear it. If you feel like you've got a dream, but you feel like you just don't know how to bridge that gap from where you are now to where you want to be, I want to share with you one simple thing today that really changed my life. For example, before I knew this, till after I did it, I went from being a waitress in a foreign country where I knew absolutely nobody. I was petrified, I was scared, and then I ended up being a lead actress in films that were all over the Middle East. And not just one, 3 films. And I actually went from being homeless to #1 hottest selling author on Amazon. And it was actually called hottest seller, like, I don't mean to sound big-headed, like as though I'm calling myself hot or something. But I literally went from being so nervous to make a reservation and speak on the phone with people to speaking in events all over the world and inspiring other people to believe in themselves. And I'm so passionate about teaching mindset, and this workshop is not about me, but it's about how to start where you are, getting more results, loving your life, enjoying the journey, and making your dream come true from where you are now, no matter how far you feel. And I really just hope that I know that you will. You'll walk away from listening to this. It'll take about 20 minutes, feeling good about where you are, rather than feeling stressed and overwhelmed and anxious. And that's my true intention, because that is the secret key, the door when you embrace where you are. So here are 3 things from going from putting myself, like throwing myself into the world, not knowing anything, not believing in myself, feeling lost and confused, to changing my whole belief system. Here's 3 things what I learned for sure. #1, our inner world reflects what we believe about ourselves from within. And if you've got a dream, it has chosen you to bring it into the world. And I truly believe that our desires are our personal guidance to what is possible for us to bring to life. So that means, why would we ever doubt it if it's our destiny? And if you're not getting what you want right now, and you feel a bit overwhelmed, like you're trying to progress, but you might feel like you're holding yourself back a little bit, it's not your fault. It's what I like to call the script, which we have the power to change. So your dream has chosen you to bring it to life. If you can't stop thinking about it, and if you want it, you put in the work and you've got the right information to get you there, you can have it. But if you're not getting what you want, it's not your fault. And I'm going to talk today about some incredible insights and findings on how to change your thinking to get your results. I became so fascinated with, I had this huge burning desire within me. Didn't know what it was. I felt really stuck and frustrated that I didn't know what it was or how to get rid of this feeling. And then when I'd try and do something, I just couldn't do it. And I got really fascinated with, why is it that we know what we want, we have the information, but we still don't do it. and I was asking questions, and it really fascinated me with myself as well, because I was like, couldn't understand why I'd get so paralyzed with fear all the time before I understood this concept, the connection with the mind. And it was really fascinating to me, and it was really frustrating me as well. And that's what I'm talking about today. But what actually stops us from getting what we want? Why could someone be really talented and not get paid that much, but someone could get really wealthy, or someone's too afraid to share their gifts with the world? And it is because of the script. So have you ever gone to do something in your life, but you physically couldn't do it, and you even talked yourself out of it, even though it's something that you really wanted to do, and it was like a weird feeling. It was like as if it wasn't you governing that decision. And it's because this script governs everything from our life, from when we were born to now. In our subconscious mind, it's literally writing down everything that you like, what you don't like, what's safe, what's not safe, which is amazing. Because like, if we didn't have this script, imagine every day we'd have to relearn how to brush our teeth and how to like get a shower and where to go, and we would forget everything. So it's the script is really there for our own good and protection and safety, and it's such a blessing. But if you are following your dream and you feel like you can't get there and you can't see what it is, it's because throughout your life something's happened, and it's wrote down in your life script, in your mind, that we play off every single day. That somewhere along the line you might have heard that you have to be like a starving artist before you make money doing what you love, or someone might have told you that the industry is too competitive, or you've been rejected so many times and you've started to doubt your capability, or someone else that you really love has inputted their projection of a belief onto you, and you've wrote it down, and your script has noted this, and it has governed you, and it's like playing like you're like the character in the scene, and it's like you're the character going into your life, underlying governed from this script that's directing your life. And I love to use film terminology because I'm an actress, and obsessed with like how we bring ideas to life, and this whole aspect of me studying my beliefs, which led me to finding my truth, being back to how I was when I was younger, led me to really combine the two together. And I'm like so fascinated with how a script comes to life, and how we can write our own script and create the life that we want. So we literally function off this script. So until you actually rewrite the script, you will continuously be in this movie. So maybe something keeps happening to you that you don't want, or you keep getting the same result and you're not sure why, until you rewrite the story and change the script. That's the time when the results will change. So it's like, if in the script somewhere you believe that if you keep working really, really hard, that you have to work really hard to be successful, and you end up working like really, really long, ridiculous hours, and then feel like you get no result, is because somewhere in that story, the script believes that that's what life is. So how do we actually change it? We have to see our life as a movie, because I believe it is. Have you ever noticed in a film the script is bad, so you think that the actor's bad, but really it's the script? Even a film can't start without the script. That is exactly what it's like in our life. If we give ourselves a script and it's a bad script, like we say bad things about ourselves, we believe bad things, then that's exactly what will play out in our reality. It's just like, imagine right now just sitting in the cinema, and you have control of what's going to be projected onto the screen. So everything in your mind is being projected onto the screen right now. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you feel, whatever you believe is going to project onto that screen throughout the white light, and it will play in the movie. It's impossible to think a different thought and a different reality shows up on the movie screen. And that's exactly how we change the results in our life. Like this is like an example that I've used. I really like this. I really like this picture. I feel like it, you know, it's got the whole vibe going really well. But as you can see there, I'm sat there and all my internal feelings, my thoughts are displaying onto the screen, and that's exactly what it's like in our life. But when we can understand this concept, this is something that I was not aware of. So I was letting my outside factors control how I was feeling inside, and I was taking all of the action with walking around with all of this negative internal baggage around me about what was possible for me, what I could do, what I couldn't do, what life was like. So even no matter how hard I tried, I was still getting stuck. And it wasn't until I changed the script and I realized that I could control my thoughts, and I realized that initially I couldn't do anything until I truly believed in myself and I changed my beliefs. And that's when I started to get results, even though I'm still the same, exactly the same, nothing's changed. But it was that initial change of the script, even though everything seemed impossible, it was the most transformational thing that could have happened. It wasn't anything else that caused it. It was internal. And I will send you this diagram if you like it. But so life is the story that we keep telling ourselves. So the change is to first just become aware. And when you see your life as a movie, you truly get your power back. You know that whatever's happened in the past doesn't have to happen again in the future because you can control it. And this is exactly why we can have all of the knowledge in the world, but it's the script that produces the results. And the key is to let your dream be the starting point, get in alignment with believing in it and taking action from that good feeling place. I went from one extreme to the other. For example, I was like taking all this action with not doing any internal work, and then I started to do all of the internal work and I wasn't taking the right action because I still had a lot of fear. So you have to really combine the two, and when two come together, that's when your dream starts to become real and you start to bring your ideas to life. People call it manifestation. I call it living. I call it bringing your star to life. It's just like, because it is literally just like in a film. Because just think, when you see action on set in a film, that scene could last like 20 minutes or an hour to be filmed, but it could have took 2 days to build up the set. It could have took 2 years to write the script. It could have took 1 year to cast the cast, and it would have took 2 years to design each scene. And that's exactly what we can do in our life. And when these combine together, we do the internal work, we design, we build a new image in our minds, we remove all of the beliefs that told us that it wasn't possible for us to live out our dream and be paid for our dream and do work that we love. That's when miracles truly start to happen. But it's actually our birthright to have this. It's just experiences in life have kind of just took us off track at some point. And until we rewrite the script and start a new story, the same situations will keep coming back. So next time doubt or fear creeps in, know that when you can practice developing that undercurrent faith that your dream's chosen you to bring it to reality. So when you have them doubts and fears that do arise in each level, but when you become aware of them, it makes it so much easier to just rewrite them and transform into the next stage of your idea, next stage of your dream. But when you can see that and take a step back and just know that you pick that up from somewhere and that's not your truth, that is your birthright to live your dream and have everything that you really want in life, and that you can change it at any moment, that is when you bring your ideas to life. And this is how I actually started, because I was literally in a restaurant in the middle of a moving away from home in a country I knew no one in, and I had all of these ideas, and it wasn't until I actually just stopped being so anxious about the future, stopped replaying the past, stopped worrying, stopped being so anxious all the time, and I started to just be present, become more aware of my thoughts, and started to question myself, okay, why don't I believe in myself? What happened? Where did it go wrong on the way? And then just becoming quickly aware of it and being like, is that true now? Is that really true? Like, why is it that I can't do that? And then you replace it with all the reasons why you can. That's how you slowly start to change your beliefs. And I was playing the victim for so long. And then I went into the extra mode where I was hiding away. I was not sharing my gifts. And now I realize that I have the power to control this. So I'm choosing to be the star of my life. And it's not about who you are now, who you've been. It's about who you want to be and who you are becoming. There's so many things that can hold you back, and people say like, don't change, all of these kind of stuff, but we're here to grow. We're here to transform. We're here to progress. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey and who you become on the way. So it's like, you're here now, you've got this dream, but you've had these beliefs that that's not for me, things like that don't happen for me, it's too hard and competitive, because you've developed this like kind of image of yourself. So to change that image does take a bit of work, and it can be really uncomfortable at first, and it can feel like you're literally dragging, but when you keep pushing, eventually the script will change and it will really feel so good. It's like that fear, and when you build up to something so much, and then when you actually do it, you're like, oh wow, it wasn't even that bad. But at first, changing the script is uncomfortable and it's not easy. So when you do get doubts and fears again, don't be hard on yourself, because it's not about trying to be positive all the time. It's just knowing that you have the power to change it, and know that you are worthy and you do deserve it, because that's the underlying factor that helps you keep the results in your life, believing that you deserve it. And you can change it, baby. So when a thought arises, it's like, you're not fear of the positive and negative. You just, it's positive and negative are just labels that we give it. It's our perception. But when you notice yourself feeling bad, and you're feeling like you've got all of these gifts and your dreams that you want to express, and you feel like you're still holding yourself back, just take a step back for 1 second, become the observer of your movie, and be like, wouldn't it be really nice if I could just think a different thought or see this differently? And that's when you really shift your vibration, because we attract what we believe in. So, and this is another reason why positive affirmations may not work. Like in my book, I talk about this a lot, because if you don't believe it internally, and you keep repeating words, it and you don't get results, it's because you have to really believe it. So using language that moves you towards it and makes you feel better, like, wouldn't it be nice, I'm moving towards, you're not lying to yourself, you're actually moving towards it. And that's when your subconscious mind and your script accepts this new truth and starts to recreate the story, and that's how you get change. So it's not like, I can't think this thought, oh my god, this, that, blah blah blah. It's, I'm feeling bad right now. Where did that thought come from? Wouldn't it be nice if I could just think a different thought or see this differently? And this is how you start where you are, make your dream happen. And I would love if you would like to join my free 30-day positive thought challenge. Because this is something I have to do on a consistent day-to-day basis, no matter how many books I've read, no matter how many trainings, no matter how much I've studied this and worked on myself. Every day is a new day. It's like new things come up all the time. You constantly have to be reminding yourself of what's possible and changing your mind consistently. And I remember this, like, these little thoughts are what really changed my life. I remember, like, when I first moved away, and it was really so uncomfortable, it was so difficult. It was the first time I'd ever lived away from home before, but I desperately just wanted to change my reality, my beliefs. I desperately wanted to create something in my life, and I didn't want to waste my life. I wanted to make my life, my family's life, my friends' lives better somehow, but I just felt so painful that I couldn't do it. So what I used to do was, I used to work 13-hour days. It'd take 1 hour to travel because I lived really far out in the desert. But when I was on the way, I would read a book to learn how to change my mind and to change learn how to change my situation. And I realized I was moved away from home to change. I was trying to change my job. I was trying to change everything around me. And I realized all I had to do was change myself. So that's how I started to collect all of the things that were making me feel good. It was helping me reshift my focus from not just my reality, but helping me believe in possibility. And I started to create quotes and I started to post them on Instagram. And you can follow the Instagram. It's called Become the Star of Your Movie. It used to be Pretty Secrets. That was my little little business that I started when I was like 13, but I hid it away because I thought I was so embarrassed by it. But these little thoughts is what really helped me remind myself of what I already truly know, of my true abundance. So I'd love it if you wanted to join me on this 30-day positive thought challenge. And how I started was I literally set one goal for myself when I was confused because I didn't have this self-belief. I was like, I'm not gonna I felt really far away from my goals and my dreams. I had these visions and I had no idea why I was getting them. And I was like, okay, my goal for 30 days is to just be present in this moment. Like, it was that simple. So in this 30-day positive thought challenge, what we're going to do is we're going to set a goal for the next 30 days and then put your all into whatever you're doing throughout the day. Even if you're in a job that you don't want to do for the rest of your life, just give it 100% and see how much your life really changes. When I started to put 100% into what I was doing, even though I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life, and at the time I was really fed up of like doing something that I didn't want to do. But when I started to shift my perspective about it, I started to be grateful. I started to put 100% in. It's when I was started to end up having the right synchronicities. I started to meet the right people. Opportunities started to come because I was just giving my all into the present moment. And the reason why this works is because our goal is to just decide what we want, like listen to ourselves about what we really want and know why we want it, and the how will naturally come afterwards. The how is not our job, and that's the mistake I was making with the 100% action without doing the script work. The script work is deciding what you want, why, and believing that you can have it. And your job is to just remove anything out the way that makes you doubt yourself, makes you feel like you can't do it, because whatever you love, whatever brings you joy, is your birthright. And by you doing what you love, you make the world a better place because you're happier, you're better to be around, and someone out there needs what you have within you to come forth. And I love this quote by Abraham Lincoln. It says, start what you are, use what you have, do what you can. And it's something that really changed my life, because I used to remember thinking that I needed to do something, I needed to be more, I needed to have more, I needed to have more resources. And when I realized I could just start where I was and use whatever I can and do what I can with what I have, I started to really go inwards and I started to change my outer world, because my inner world started to change. I stopped looking outside for answers. So 5 simple steps that you could take away from today. And I don't know what, I'd love to hear what you think. I really hope that you have some insights today to just reminded you about your dream, that it's so possible for you to bring it to life no matter where you are. And there's 5 simple steps that you could take today. Email daily thought to christinabluntstuff.com and I will start sending you daily positive thoughts. Write down your goal, one goal for 30 days. So rather than like shifting your focus all the time, even if on the 15th day you decide that this is not what you want, if you just set it in action, in motion, something enlightens with your brain and it just gets you into the flow of co-creating with the universe. It's just that action part, and then you can change your goal after 30 days. But getting into the habit of like sticking to something and finishing it and being aware of your thoughts is not just being aware of your thoughts and sticking to something, sticking to that goal, it like ripples into all the aspects of your life. And then just start where you want, put 100% into your day. This is one of the best gifts I could have given to myself. It helped me stop stressing that I was missing out, that I was always in the wrong place, that I could miss out, that I was wasting my life, that all of these anxieties and stresses, just by putting 100% in and being present in the moment. And number four, remove fear and replace it with faith. Faith is believing when you can't yet see it, and it is believing that you will get there when you're meant to, without begging, without pleading, without it being painful, and just really embracing who you are and sharing your gifts and message with the world. And number five, act as though it was impossible to fail, and put less pressure on yourself to have it all figured out, because your mental health is so much more important. And this is why I really felt like called to share this message, because mental health these days, it's so important to take care of our thoughts and our well-being, and not compare ourselves to other people, because everyone's on a separate journey, and we never know what someone else has had to go through to get to where they are today, because we're so used to seeing everyone's highlight reel and on social media. But I can't tell you, some of the people close to me know, but so many things have happened that made me want to quit and made me feel bad about life. And I've been through a lot of emotional traumatic experiences in a very, very short period of time, but understanding this principle and seeing this bigger picture of life is what's helped me push through and really carry on creating, because I had this purpose in my mind, I had this goal, and it's something that gave me that fire to bounce back during obstacles. Because when you can accept that it's not going to be easy, but you have yourself with the tools, and you can connect with yourself through meditation, writing down one goal and just putting 100% into the present moment, it's what really makes the journey so much more easier to handle. So in the last section, I'm going to talk about how to be the star of your own movie. So for one, you are already a star. We are made of 93% stardust. Like, no wonder it's hard for us in this earth. Bless us. We are stars living in these like human, physical, weird bodies, and have all of these little things, and like we have to cope with human experience, and like no wonder it's hard for us, you know what I mean? But I truly believe that you become the star of your life when you own that you are exactly where you need to be. And when obstacles, setbacks, and things arise in your life, you can just step back and observe it and watch the film, like as though you're watching someone who you know that they're going to triumph at the end of the film. They go through all of these obstacles and trials to get there. And when you can see life like that, it just makes it much more fun, knowing that you have the power to rewrite it, and you can step out of it. You don't have to let these outside factors determine your destiny. And most people think that you become happy when you book the job, when you make the money, when you get the relationship, but it actually starts with being happy first. And I feel like choosing to be happy, choosing to focus. Happy to me doesn't mean like being like, yay, everything's so perfect and all this. Happy to me means having the strength to choose and look for the gratitude and look for the good things to be grateful for during the midst of chaos. Being grateful and having a strong mind and focusing on the things that you can change when you're in the midst of things that you can't change is true power, because it's easy to be grateful when everything's good, but the hardest thing, the thing that is more important, is being grateful when things aren't. I really get that life is hard, it's overwhelming, and it's anxious, but seeing things from this kind of perspective is, I can't even explain it. it's really helped me, and I've been able to teach this to so many people and watch their life and my life change. You get to be the star of your life by truly embracing who you really are, by believing in yourself, being grateful with what you have, and being curious as to where it could be, and not comparing yourself to other people. And I really wanted to create this little workshop today to remind you that you are brilliant, you are amazing, and if you're not getting the results that you want, it's just because of the script. You break free from the script by first becoming aware and realizing that this doesn't have to be true for you. And I really wanted to say, please don't let social media fool you into ever feeling bad about yourself, making you feel less worthy about who you are, or that you can't do something because someone else is, or make you feel bad for getting up every day and going to your 9 to 5 job. Because I know that there's so much online now where it's like, quit your job, start your business, and all of this stuff. But nothing ever happens overnight. And if you go and wake up every single day and go to work, having a job is even something to be grateful for, but you should be so proud of yourself, because just think how easy it would be to just stay in bed, but you choose to get up every day. And just I feel like there's a lot of people who get really anxious and feel bad about themselves because of this whole kind of outlook. But your current reality does not mean your dream doesn't happen for you. And you will see, when you start to give love to everything that you do, life will start to feel good all of the time, and you will be a star in your life no matter where you are. And I realized this. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to be anything. I didn't have to do anything to feel like my true self. And when you put 100% into the outcome, when you put 100% into each moment, you'll feel so much happier, and you will truly let go of the outcome. So when you even get to your destination, you'll already feel like you're there. I really hope that you got some value from this today and you feel inspired about what's possible. If you would like me to send you daily thoughts, just email dailythought@christinablunsom.com, and I'll also send you the challenge details for daily inspiration. Obviously, to change your thoughts, it does take a little bit of effort, but once you make the effort, it gets really easy. And I can't go into it how much now, because I really wanted to just give you some inspiration, but I will send out some emails that can help you change your beliefs and become aware of anything that could be holding you back or causing resistance, that kind of thing. Because life is about the journey, and when you can just enjoy the journey right now, it reaps into a good week, into a good year. And we only have one life, so we may as well enjoy every second of it. I really hope all of your dreams come true. And if you're watching this, I know that they will be, and I hope that you live with lots of love and happiness and have lots of joy on the journey. Thank you so much for watching this, and yeah, you can get my book. My book is available on Amazon. It's called Words That Make You Believe in Yourself, and it's all about our beliefs and stuff. And you can check out my website or follow me on Instagram, and you can message me. You can add me on Facebook. Where else? Yeah, or you can leave your comments below, and I will reply to you. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching today, and God bless you on your journey. I can't wait to see all of your ideas and how much you're going to change the world by being you. How do I... Oh. And... just play something. Oh my god. Wait 1 second. I hope that hasn't been playing. My